You're going to want to remember this moment. Because this right here, this is where the shift begins. Something is about to break loose in your life, something massive, something outrageous. You've been waiting, praying, pushing, grinding, and now the tables are turning. What's coming is so big, so wild, so beyond what you've dared to imagine that your past is going to look like the warm-up. Right now, you are standing on the edge of favor that is about to blow your mind. I'm not talking about a little blessing. I'm talking about million-dollar favor. I'm talking about the kind of breakthrough that turns heads, shifts generations, and drops jaws. This is not hype. This is truth. This is real. The kind of favor that rewrites your story, flips the script, and makes people ask, how in the world did that happen? It's not just money, though. Yes, there's money, more than you've seen, more than you've handled. This is unimaginable wealth. But more than that, it's influence, its impact, its overflow in every direction, its solutions to problems you thought you'd be stuck with forever, its divine opportunity crashing into your life like a tidal wave. And here's the best part. You didn't earn this. You didn't negotiate it. You didn't strategize your way into it. You're not here because of your perfection. You're here because of alignment. You're here because you're chosen. You're here because favor has your name on it. But listen closely. It doesn't come to the passive. It doesn't come to the lukewarm. It comes to those who are ready. Not perfect ready. Ready in heart, ready in vision, ready in commitment. Because the door is about to swing open, and when it does, you can't afford to be on the couch watching reruns of your old life. You've got to be awake. You've got to be locked in. You've got to be walking toward it like you know what's behind that door belongs to you. This is not the time to play small. Playing small doesn't serve the world. Playing small doesn't honor the gift you've been given. Playing small doesn't attract abundance. It repels it. This is the time to stretch. This is the time to risk. This is the time to take the lid off your belief system and decide that average is over. Good enough is not good enough. You're not here to survive. You're here to soar. Let me be real with you. Too many people are waiting for permission to dream big, waiting for a sign, waiting for a guarantee. But life doesn't hand out guarantees. Life responds to faith. Life responds to boldness. Life responds to energy and clarity. You don't get million-dollar favor by asking for pennies. You don't get unimaginable wealth by being comfortable. You get it by stepping into the arena with fire in your eyes, with resolve in your bones, knowing that the same God who gave you the vision is unleashing the provision. You've got to break free from the story that says you're not ready. You've got to stop rehearsing that old narrative that says it's too late, too risky, too big. You know what's really risky? Staying stuck, shrinking, settling. The real danger is looking back a year from now and realizing you played it safe when heaven was trying to hand you favor beyond your comprehension. You have to understand you are not here by accident. You were born for this moment. Everything you've walked through, every detour, every delay, every heartbreak, it was all preparation. It was boot camp for destiny. You've been shaped for this. You've been refined by the fire. And now you're ready. I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes if you have to. Picture yourself a year from now, and not just any version of you, the elevated version, the aligned version, the abundant version, the you who said yes to the call, the you who stepped up when it was scary, the you who trusted divine timing, who moved before the pieces all made sense, who dared to dream in color. See that version of you standing in wealth, walking in favor, giving, building, thriving. And then come back to this moment, because this right now is where that future begins, with belief, with decision, with action. Action isn't optional. Dreams don't manifest by themselves. Favor meets movement. Wealth shows up where there's momentum. You can't wait until you feel ready. You've got to move while the fire is fresh. You've got to act like you already own the outcome. Do you feel it? That internal tremble. That's not fear. That's awakening. That's your soul recognizing the shift. That's your spirit standing at attention because something divine is aligning in your favor. You're not about to be blessed. You already are. You're not about to be qualified. You already are. It's not coming. It's here. Favor is already on your name, and wealth is looking for a place to land. Be the landing strip. Be the match that lights the fuse. Don't you dare play the comparison game. Don't you dare waste another second doubting your worth because someone else looks further ahead. Your path is yours. Your timing is divine. Your pace is perfect. What's for you cannot miss you, but you can miss it if you're not willing to move. Stay in your lane. Run your race. And know this, acceleration is coming. What should take 10 years will happen in one. What you thought was impossible will become inevitable. Because when favor hits, it doesn't ask permission. It kicks down walls. There are people, resources, partnerships, platforms, already being positioned for your arrival. You don't see them yet, but they're coming. Connections are being stirred. Ideas are being activated. Systems are aligning. All because you dared to believe. You dared to prepare for a miracle instead of preparing for mediocrity. That's the power of faith in motion. Let's talk about wealth, because wealth is not just a bank balance. It's a mindset. It's a vibration. It's a frequency. You attract what you embody. If you want unimaginable wealth, you have to start living, breathing, and thinking like someone who knows they're worthy of it. Not someday. Now, this minute. The wealth is coming to you because you're ready to steward it, to multiply it, to use it to heal, build, and transform. And yes, there will be resistance. The moment you rise, everything that kept you small will scream louder. But don't shrink. Don't apologize. Don't doubt. Opposition is just confirmation that you're moving into new territory. You weren't created for easy. You were created for excellence. You were designed for impact. And no resistance can override divine release. This is your permission slip to rise, to walk in favor, to expect more, to receive wildly, to speak boldly, to act fearlessly. This is your moment. Not when things calm down, not when it's convenient. Now favor is falling, wealth is being released, and it's got your name written on it in bold. So raise your standard, raise your voice, raise your expectation, speak like it's happening, move like it's done, believe like your future depends on it. Because it does. Favor will follow boldness, wealth will follow alignment. Miracles will follow motion. You were never meant to just survive. You were created to thrive, to overflow so radically that you become the blessing others have been praying for. So live that way, give that way, serve that way, dream that way, stand in it, own it, claim it, say it out loud, I'm ready, I'm chosen, I'm called, I receive it. This is it. This is your season. This is your breakthrough. And no one, nothing can stop what has already been set in motion for you. Receive it. Something massive is shifting in the atmosphere of your life. It's not just a good break or a lucky moment. It's something far deeper, far more intentional. You are stepping into a season where divine favor is about to overtake everything connected to you. This isn't ordinary favor. This is the kind that defies logic. It breaks rules. It overrides limitations. It makes people stop and wonder how something so outrageous could happen so suddenly, so powerfully, and so precisely for you. You're not about to receive crumbs. This isn't about barely getting by or hoping for a little bit of help to make ends meet. No, this is about being overtaken by blessing, flooded with opportunities, surrounded by favor so thick that it changes conversations behind closed doors. You're not going to have to chase it. It's going to chase you. It's going to locate you. Divine favor doesn't care about your background, your past mistakes, or how long you've been waiting. It shows up with authority and says, now. And when it hits, everything changes. Delays will suddenly make sense. Closed doors will suddenly swing wide open. Relationships will align. Resources will show up. Solutions will come from directions you didn't expect. You'll find yourself in rooms you didn't apply for, speaking to people you once admired from a distance, receiving things you didn't even know how to ask for. That's what divine favor does. It exceeds your expectations. Not just answers your prayers. It goes further. It multiplies. It accelerates. But here's the key. You have to believe you're worthy of it. Because this kind of favor doesn't land on confusion. It doesn't land on hesitation. It requires boldness. It requires you to wake up in the morning and declare that something big is coming your way. That even though the current evidence might say otherwise, something bigger is working in your favor behind the scenes. That even if you're surrounded by problems today, solutions are already in motion. That your name is being mentioned in places you haven't even stepped into yet. This kind of favor is not about luck. It's about alignment. When your heart is open, your faith is strong, and your mindset is locked in, you create a runway for the miraculous. You magnetize abundance. You become a lightning rod for blessings. Divine favor knows who's ready. It finds the one who's expecting, the one who's preparing, the one who's no longer satisfied with survival mode. This is a divine setup. It may look ordinary now, but the moment is charged. You are closer than you think to the breakthrough that will redefine everything. Don't let the delay fool you. Don't let the process discourage you. The release has already been initiated. The favor is already on its way. Get ready, not someday. Now, favor is coming. It's coming fast. And it's coming with more than you asked for. You're not just about to be blessed. You're about to be shocked. Faith and action are the fuel that drive every breakthrough, every blessing, every transformation. You cannot have one without the other and expect results. Faith alone is powerful. Yes, it gives you the vision. It stirs your spirit. It ignites your belief. But without action, it stays locked in the invisible. It never crosses into the tangible world. And action without faith, that's just motion without meaning. It burns energy but creates no divine momentum. The moment you combine the two, faith in your heart and action in your hands, you become unstoppable. Too many people are sitting on dreams, waiting for some perfect sign, some confirmation, some open door that screams, now is the time. But let me tell you something real. The signal will never come if you're waiting for comfort. Favor doesn't show up when you're ready by human standards. It shows up when you move, even if you're shaking. Faith says, I don't see it yet, but I know it's mine. Action says, let's build like it's already here. That's the dynamic duo that attracts the miraculous. That's the posture that moves heaven and earth. There are miracles waiting on the other side of a decision you haven't made yet. There are breakthroughs being held back not because you're not worthy, not because you're not capable, but because you haven't taken the first step. You keep saying you're waiting on the right timing. But the truth is, the right timing is waiting on you. Faith without a move is just fantasy. It's potential energy with no impact. And let me be clear, there is no such thing as passive faith. Real faith gets loud. Real faith builds while others wait. Real faith moves while the map is still blurry. You've got to stop thinking about it and start stepping into it. You don't need more clarity. You need more courage. You don't need another plan. You need bold execution. Stop rehearsing what might go wrong. Stop calculating every risk. Start asking yourself what becomes possible if it works. Because when faith is real and action is aligned, it always works. Maybe not in your timing, maybe not in your exact way, but always in your favor. Let this be your shift. From hesitation to boldness, from waiting to walking, from planning to executing, from hoping to expecting. Speak like it's coming, build like it's coming, move like it's already done. That's the formula. Faith without action is delay. Action without faith is burnout. But when the two collide, favor floods in, the doors open, the calls come, the resources arrive. You're not waiting on the miracle. The miracle is waiting on you to move. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Move toward the vision with fire in your heart, even if your feet are unsure. The moment you do, divine acceleration kicks in. That's when the impossible becomes inevitable. That's when you go from hoping to have. That's when mountains move. So move. Now, wealth isn't just about how many zeros are in your bank account. It's not about the house, the car, the clothes, or the status. Real wealth begins in your mind, long before it shows up in your hands. It's a posture, a frequency, a way of thinking and being. Until you upgrade your mindset, you'll keep repelling the very things you're praying for. You can't attract abundance while thinking lack. You can't walk in overflow while speaking limitation. You can't build a wealthy life with a poverty mentality. It doesn't work that way. You've got to decide to think like a wealthy person before the money comes, because wealth responds to identity. You have to see yourself as someone who is capable of handling millions, not just dreaming about it, not just wishing, but actually knowing deep down that you're worthy, you're capable, and you're prepared. If you see yourself as broke, struggling, just getting by, even when money shows up, it won't stay, because you'll sabotage it, you'll mismanage it, you'll unconsciously repel it, because your self-image won't match your circumstances, and the subconscious always wins. Start with how you speak. Every time you say, "I can't afford that," you reinforce limitation. Instead, ask, "How can I afford this?" Shift the language. Language shapes beliefs. Beliefs shape reality. Speak in terms of expansion, not restriction. Don't just count your dollars. Count your value. Your ideas are valuable. Your skills are valuable. Your presence, your energy, your perspective, all of it holds weight. The wealth you seek is tied to the value you recognize within yourself. Wealth also looks like peace. It looks like time freedom. It looks like choices. It's not just cash. It's clarity. It's walking into a room and knowing you don't need to prove anything. It's being able to say no without guilt and yes without fear. It's being able to bless others without depleting yourself. That kind of wealth can't be faked. It's not just what you show on the outside. It's what you live from the inside. And don't confuse humble thinking with small thinking. You can be humble and wealthy. You can be grounded and still expect increase. There is nothing spiritual about struggling. There is nothing noble about staying broke when you have the power to shift it. You weren't meant to live in survival mode. You were designed for overflow. Why? So you can serve more, give more, build more, and become more of what you were created to be. Start imagining yourself wealthy, not someday, but now. How do you move? How do you speak? How do you treat people? How do you manage your time? Begin acting like that version of you right now. Make decisions from abundance, not fear. Make plans from vision, not desperation. Wealth isn't a future destination. It's a current decision, a way of thinking, a daily choice. When your mindset matches the magnitude of the favor coming your way, money will no longer be the goal. It'll be a tool, a servant, a vehicle for impact. The money will come, yes, but it'll stay, because your mind knows how to hold it. Think wealth, speak wealth, move like wealth is already yours. Because it is. Stop playing small. Seriously. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never built for your greatness. Stop editing your dreams because they intimidate others. Stop dumbing down your vision just to make people around you comfortable. You were never designed for average. You were never wired for mediocrity. There is nothing about you that was built to blend in. Everything about you, the way you think, the fire inside you, the dreams that won't go away, all of it is evidence that you were born to thrive. Playing small is not humility. It's fear in disguise. It's the voice that whispers, "Don't stand out," when deep down you know you were born to lead. It's that subconscious pattern that makes you question your worth, that tells you to wait your turn, to play it safe, to be realistic. But let me tell you something. Realistic never changed the world. Playing it safe never broke records. Small dreams don't wake up nations. You have something inside you that was put there for a reason, and every time you play small, you dishonor it. You're not doing anyone a favor by staying silent when you're called to speak. You're not helping anyone by dimming your light to keep others from feeling insecure. Shine anyway. Thrive anyway. Step fully into who you are, and let that intimidate whoever it needs. You can't shrink enough to make insecure people feel safe around your greatness. That's not your job. Your job is to be bold. Your job is to be free. Your job is to live fully in your power, not apologize for it. The world doesn't need another average person going through the motion. The world needs you, fully alive, fully lit up, fully engaged in your purpose. You were made for more, and deep down you know it. That quiet dissatisfaction, that nagging restlessness, that's not failure. That's your potential trying to get your attention. It's your future self reaching back, saying there's more. Keep going. Stop settling. You've been blessed with vision, with insight, with ability. Don't waste it. Don't water it down. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to become who you already are. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you a golden ticket. You have to decide that your time is now, that you've waited long enough, that you've played it safe long enough, that thriving is no longer optional. It's the only way forward. And thriving doesn't mean life is perfect. It means you refuse to stay stuck. It means you choose growth over comfort, expansion over fear, faith over doubt. It means you wake up and show up, even when it's hard. It means you trust the process, take the risk, and speak the dream out loud, even when your voice shakes. You weren't created to barely get by. You weren't created to repeat the same year of survival over and over. You were created to build, to create, to lead. So stop holding back. Stop questioning if you're ready. Stop letting fear set the pace. You are more powerful than you think, and this world needs you. Not a smaller version of you. Not a safer version you. Fully expressed and on fire. Now is the time. Not next year. Not when everything is perfect. Not after you feel more prepared. Now. The door is open. The calling is loud. The moment is here. Step into it. Thrive. You already qualified. Not someday. Not when you have more experience. Not after another degree, another connection, another confirmation. Now. You are not waiting to be enough. You already are. Everything you've walked through, every lesson, every heartbreak, every triumph, every quiet moment of growth, it has all been preparing you for this exact season. The time you've spent questioning your readiness was never about your qualifications. It was about your confidence. It's time to stop doubting what's already in you. Too many people sit on the sidelines of their calling, waiting for someone else to tell them they're ready. Waiting for the perfect circumstances, waiting for the fear to go away. But perfection is a myth, and fear, it never really leaves. The most successful, impactful, wildly favored people you know still feel fear, but they move anyway. The difference is, they don't wait to feel qualified. They decide they already are. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need applause to move. You don't need every detail figured out before you start building. What you need is boldness. What you need is belief. What you need is to remember who you are, who you've always been, beneath the layers of doubt, shame, and second guessing. You've been called. You've been equipped. You've been prepared, even in seasons where it looked like nothing was happening. The truth is, the delay was never denial. It was development. And now you're ready to walk in the favor that's been waiting on you. This is not the season to hesitate. This is the season to activate, to stop sitting on gifts that were never meant to collect dust, to stop playing with potential like it's a game you can come back to later. Time is moving, and so should you. Every day you wait, is a day you delay the impact you're meant to have. The doors that are opening now aren't gonna stay open forever. There is a window, and it's open wide, but it requires your presence, your commitment, your movement. You've got what it takes, not because you have every answer, but because you're willing to show up. You're willing to learn, to grow, to stretch beyond comfort, and do the thing scared. That's what makes you ready. That's what makes you dangerous. When you understand that your authority doesn't come from perfection, but from purpose, you walk differently. You speak differently. You move like someone who knows their season has arrived. It's not about waiting until you feel worthy enough. You already are. The fact that you've made it this far, that you've survived what was meant to break you, that you're still standing even when you were doubted, overlooked, underestimated, that's all the proof you need. The anointing on your life doesn't require approval. It requires action. You've been positioned, appointed, chosen. You're not behind. You're right on time. So stop stalling. Stop second guessing. Stop letting fear of judgment or failure keep you from the life that's calling your name. This moment is sacred. It's charged with purpose, and it's waiting on your yes. Not when it's easy, not when it makes sense. Now, you're not waiting on the breakthrough. The breakthrough has been waiting on you. They show up when you step out, when you move into the unknown, when you push past what feels safe, when you dare to take risks others won't. Comfort zones are traps, disguised as security. They hold you back, keep you stuck, and steal the favor that's trying to find you. If you want miracles, if you want unimaginable breakthroughs, if you want wealth and favor that make people stop and stare, you have to be willing to leave comfort behind. Movement is the language of faith. When you move, you tell the universe, and you tell the divine, I'm ready, I trust you, I'm willing to walk through the fire. That movement creates energy. It shifts circumstances. It sets wheels in motion that no plan or prayer alone can accomplish. You don't have to have the perfect plan or the perfect timing. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You only have to take the first step, and then the next. Miracles are waiting on your willingness to move despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty. When you stay comfortable, you create a prison of your own making. It might feel safe, but it's also stagnant. Nothing grows in stillness. Nothing transforms in routine. The favor you're waiting for is on the other side of discomfort. It's in the stretch, the leap, the risk, that moment when your heart is pounding and your mind is screaming, but your spirit says go. That's where miracles live. Think about it. Every story of breakthrough, every account of impossible favor, there was always a step taken into the unknown, a door opened by knocking when everyone said it was locked, a call made when it was easier to stay quiet, a choice to believe when all evidence said no. That's the pattern. Movement calls in miracles, stagnation calls in delay. So what's holding you back? Is it fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown? Good. Recognize it, feel it, and then move anyway. The greatest growth happens when you refuse to let fear dictate your pace, when you choose courage over comfort, favor over fear, expansion over ease. Remember, comfort zones are cozy prisons. They might feel safe, but they kill dreams. They starve potential. The wealth, the favor, the miracles you're dreaming about, they're just beyond that line you're afraid to cross. Step over it. Stretch yourself. Take the leap. Make the move. The moment you do, the universe shifts. The favor accelerates. The doors open. The miracles show up. Not because you were perfect, but because you were bold. Don't wait for comfort to catch up to your dream. Move toward your dreams and watch comfort become irrelevant. When movement is your default, miracles become your lifestyle. So get up, step out, push through. Your breakthrough is on the other side of your next move.